This year in the Euroleague, Thomas Walkup was voted the Defensive Player of the Year. He's what we'd call a defensive playmaker. In this video, we're going to break down 3 habits he has that makes him a nightmare for all offenses. The first habit that all great guards defensively possess is my personal favorite. It's called the pop-up, and it looks like this. Essentially, what happens is the moment the big or another player on offense loses vision, Walkup will come up from behind and slap the ball upward, catching that player by surprise and creating a steal for his team. Slaps upward because slapping down, a lot of times referees will get it wrong and call what look like fouls. Like, for example, how many times does this happen where somebody gets all leather in a downward motion? Refs anticipate that as a foul, so they call it anyway. So what Walkup does so brilliantly is he slaps in an upward motion, just like this, where he's able to get more contact and it doesn't look like a foul, so it isn't called a foul. And I've seen players get this slap up once or twice in a season, but Walkup gets it like once a game, to the point where he's looking for moments like this, where his guard's gonna chase a handoff over the top, the big's gonna lose vision for just a second, and then he'll punish them for it. So one of the best times to use this move is when the big loses vision or your guard's chasing over the top for some sort of fake handoff. Another great time to use this move is off of rebounds, because on the secure of the rebound, that person's not ready for someone to slap the ball upward. Another good time to use it is off of spin moves, where the person loses vision entirely. And Walkup does such a good job of changing defense to offense. The second move Walkup uses is what's called an over tap. This is not to be confused with letting a defender go by you and then trying to poke it from behind. That's usually just lazy defense. The over tap is this. In higher levels of play, especially the Euroleague, there are a lot of empty ball screens set where the guard is going to get clipped by the big, and if they go under, this shooter is so good that it's going to be an in-rhythm 3 or an advantage created. So what Walkup does is he fights over the top as hard as he can, like he's coached to do, but then uses that left arm or that length to poke the ball away while the defense isn't ready. He's found that when players go over these pick and rolls, they kind of tend to forget about their defender behind them because they normally get clipped. So here, as Wade Baldwin comes off the screen, Walkup uses that left just to get a little touch, creating a steal for his teammate. Again, I can't emphasize this enough, but as coaches, we don't like gambling or lazy defense. But I wouldn't consider this a gamble, as he gets it so often and it's so intentional. He knows the coverage, so in this pick and roll, he has to go over the top as his teammate is in a drop. If he goes under, again, it's just advantageous for the offense. So as he goes over this, instead of giving up and getting clipped, he maniacally fights over the screen, stays in the play, and then makes a play. It's a really good effort. The third and final move is this blitz that he uses to help out his teammates. Combining the other 2 habits to make this one, what Walkup does is once he realizes that a player has gained an advantage against his teammate, if that player loses vision even slightly, he'll skirmish into that space to either get a poke for a steal or rip the steal himself. This is probably my favorite example of Walkup utilizing the blitz against the drive. In this play, Walkup's person that he's guarding has just driven and kicked, so he's going to cut and Walkup should go with him. But instead, Walkup senses the advantage created on the shot fake, so he cuts off or peel switches and rips the basketball, leading to a really good 2-on-1 break. It's always great to see a guard win Defensive Player of the Year. In the higher leagues you play, those awards are normally given out to rim protectors or vertical spacers. But Walkup just showed 3 habits that he has that makes him a nightmare for all opposing teams.